everyone, welcome back to the studio. So today I'm going to use a wiggle pour and I'm going to mix in my white, some satin enamel. It is a water-based enamel, so it's kind of like an acrylic, but it does give it a little bit more of a powdery texture when it comes out. So I've seen other artists do it. I haven't really done it successfully, so I'm just going to experiment with that. And I'm going to use some recycled paints in blues. As you see, this cup is stacked. This was from a beach themed pour. This is some greens with silicone from a forest kind of pour that I did. And I also have this lipstick pink that is a mixture of paints left over from some pink, red, and mauve pours that I've done. So we're going to see how those do stacked. Again, with some white mixed with satin enamel. Okay, so you might think I'm crazy, but I'm going to do a technique that is called a wiggle pour, but I'm going to split my cup in half. I'm going to put pinks and whites and golds in this side and blues and greens in this side. And then we're going to see how it goes. I'll put white in the bottom because there is a little bit of a lip at the bottom of this cup. So I do want to make sure that both of them pour out with white at the end. But I'm going to try it. I've never tried this technique. I've seen other artists do it, so we'll see how it works. All right, I'm going to begin stacking my cups. I'll be right back. I've got to get gloves. So I'm ready now for my wiggle pour with a split cup. As you can see, I have cardboard down the middle. I have stacked my cup so that white comes out last, but then there are lots of colors. And we will see how this goes with the wiggle pour with the white in the middle. Crossing my fingers that it's lovely. And so we're going to get started. So what I like to do for this kind of a wiggle pour is I like to prop one end of my canvas up. That way it begins to run downhill as I'm pouring, and I won't have as much, excuse me, in the line of tilting. So this is pinks and golds and bronze on this side, blues, greens, and bronze on this side. And we're just going to let her rip. Let me move this over a little bit. That way I can get to the center of the canvas. And here we go. A wiggle pour, forward and backwards. At the end here. And here we go. All right, so Like I said, this is just an experiment. Let's see how this turns out. Don't know if I'm going to like all that white in there, but we can always dump it off if we don't like it, right? And actually, I'm going to go ahead and torch it. I do know that in a lot of these paints, there's silicone. These are recycled paints, like I said, sitting on the shelf from previous designs that I've done, scraped off of this silicone mat. Sometimes I let my paint dry on the silicone mat, and sometimes I scrape it off. If I scrape it off, I save the paint. See what I can do with it later. Almost looks like surfing waves. All right, I'm going to stretch it forward and backwards first. So toward you to start with. Got a lot of, still seems like a lot of my weight of my paint is right there. Wait, got bubbles now. I think I got all the bubbles now. Let's try that. I'm actually going to walk it down towards you a little bit. Bringing it down to this corner. And there's no paint on my surface, so my paint is going to keep rolling under. So I do want to plan for that whenever I am moving my paint around. Lots and lots and lots of paint today. See what we can do about getting it to this corner now. All right, there we go. We're going over this way now. Oh, look at this. I was worried there might not be enough paint for the canvas, but I think we'll have just enough. I'm going to keep some of that turquoise. So we're just going to let it come into my hand there. Okay. I do want to bring it back. And I'm going to go straight down. Because I want to keep this circle. Now I'll bring it over. A little bit more. Beautiful. And actually I'm going to stretch it back this way. That is fabulous. Considering that this is all recycled paints, this is fabulous. What happened there? There we go. Look at this. Turned out wonderful. All right, so I think I'm going to call this one done, and I'm going to bring you in closer. All right, so this is yet another recycled canvas. The white is mixed with satin enamel. There's some bronze here that's metallic, some pink that's metallic, and then some mixtures of blues and greens and browns that were from a seaside painting that I did. So this was such a good way to use up some of that recycled paint. It turned out beautiful. Hope you enjoyed watching.